Nara Splash Awards. We are, as you probably just heard, recording this session, and we will have time for questions at the end. So before we start, I would like to say a special thank you to our awards sponsor, IronStar. We could not run this event without the generosity of our friends at IronStar. If you're on the lookout for a premium hosting provider that not only specializes in Drupal, but genuinely cares about quality and enterprise standards, then IronStar would be the ideal partner for your agency. You can contact IronStar by visiting their website, and you can see the URL link on the screen here.
You stop sharing, Julia. Sorry to interrupt. You might want to reshare again.
Am I not sharing?
It just stopped.
Okay. Let's just see how I fix that up. Just give me one moment.
All good.
Okay. We will go back to presenter view. And share. How's that?
Perfect. You are back on.
Okay. So if you're on the lookout for a premium hosting provider that not only specializes in Drupal, but genuinely cares about quality and enterprise standards, then IronStar would be the ideal partner for your agency. You can contact IronStar by visiting their website and clicking the Get in Touch button at the top of their screen. We have about 30 minutes allocated today, and we'll do our best efforts to cover the following topics: why enter, the categories, judging and judging criteria, the awards process, what you can submit, some tips on preparing your submission, and other important information. And then finally, we should have some time for Q&A at the end. You can use the chat to put any questions in as we go, and then we can deal with them at the end of this session. Why enter? The DrupalCon Nara committee are very excited to be offering the Splash Awards for DrupalCon Nara in 2025. Since 2019, the awards have been held annually, with winners being announced at the DrupalCons in Europe and the United States. Now in its second year, businesses located within the Asian region have the opportunity to showcase their work. The DrupalCon Nara committee continue with their commitment to making this an annual activity, with the event being aligned with the DrupalCon Asia conferences. This is our judging criteria. So as you'll see, we've got 5 different criteria. The first one being concept and strategy. And this is information all around the plan behind the website. It asks questions around whether the concept is clear, unique, and consistently implemented. Does the website tell a clear story? Does the chosen strategy and the final elaboration of the product fit the objectives that serve as the starting point of the project? Design and UX. This is everything that is visible for the end user, including user experience, motion, and visual design on both desktop and mobile formats. Judges will be looking for design that is of a high quality, fits the target audience, and supports the message that needs to be conveyed. Technology, websites will be assessed against their speed and whether they function properly. In this criteria, the Drupal application is also being considered. Has the build followed Drupal standards? Is the implementation innovative? Integrations with third-party systems will also be considered. The business case. In this criteria, we are looking for a positive business outcome for the website. Has the website increased sales, lowered costs, provided a better brand experience? Do the analytics from the site show that the goals have been achieved or even exceeded? And then finally, community value. Drupal as an open source platform owes its existence to the community behind it. All submissions will be judged on the value the website returns to this community. This could be code, for example, modules published on Drupal.org, but also could be indirect contributions, such as spectacular case studies and well-known brands that use Drupal and contribute to the marketing of Drupal around Asia. General information. You can submit the one website into any two categories. For example, you can enter the same website into the corporate and publishing category. You can also enter up to 2 submissions in any individual category. For example, you can enter 2 projects into the open source category. This includes submissions made from subsidiaries or affiliated organizations. Why enter? This is a great opportunity to showcase the best work you have completed in the past year. The trophy on its own is pretty amazing and would look great in your office. DrupalCon Nara will be promoting the winners actively as part of the award process, and participating in the awards may provide a great vehicle for you to promote your business and your Drupal expertise and skills. Okay, so this year we are running 6 categories. There's the corporate category, and this is for websites that serve as online identities for businesses, organizations, or professional individuals. Education, these are for sites that are educational, promote education, or provide online curriculum or education services. Not-for-profit, these are websites that are for charities and charitable organizations whose primary purpose is helping people or other worthy causes. Publishing, sites which are focused on providing media such as news and might thrive with user-submitted content. We have a government category, and these are websites and platforms that are developed for any level of government, and political movements also fall within this category. And then finally, open source, a Drupal project that makes a significant contribution to the Drupal community. So our judges, all submissions will be reviewed by a professional and impartial panel, essentially members of the Drupal community who excel in their fields of expertise. If there are any panel members and our judges who have any conflict of interest in reviewing a submission, they will recuse themselves from voting on any submissions in that track. Judges are volunteers and their identities are not revealed until after the awards ceremony. Individual judging scores are also kept completely confidential. So here's the process. The entries are open now, and today is our info webinar. Submissions will be closing in 7 days, and once closed, we'll enter the judging period, which will be completed by the 4th of October. Once judging is completed, we will announce the finalists for each category. There will be a maximum of 4 finalists for each category, and the runner-up and winners of each category will be announced at the end of the first day of DrupalCon Nara. The project you submit. When submitting your project, remember, this is a Drupal Awards, so your submission must be a Drupal website or project. The project needs to be publicly accessible and be live at the time of the ceremony. The open source category must be based on Drupal and be available for public use, such as a module or a theme. The project you submit does not need to be in English, but your submission entry does need to be in English. So when you get started, please review the form, and when crafting your response, make sure you answer the question succinctly and try to tell a story. Focus on the project's key points and where the project made the biggest impact. So preparing your submission, if you need the support of a template before you enter information into the form, please reach out to us and we can send you a copy of the template. There's a link here also to where the online form is. Submission tips. Review the categories and select the one that fits best for your project. You may make one submission and select up to 2 categories for the same project. Answer all of the questions. The main questions have a character count of only 1,000 characters. The idea of this is to keep your entry short and succinct. Read the questions in detail and take notes on the key points you need to answer. Share the workload. Get team members to answer the key points, questions that are relevant to them, and set a deadline. Revise the answers, be clear in your response, spend time structuring your reasons for why you think your project is innovative, interesting, or amazing. Make sure there is a clear story for a judge to follow. Remember, the judges will be looking at many submissions, so make sure you spend the time to make sure that your one stands out. Ensure the submissions fits your agency tone and make it personal and unique. Review the answers against the question. Ask yourself, have I answered the question? Get fresh eyes on the submission, share it with your team and ask for feedback. Ask them to let you know if anything has been missed out. Is the submission a compelling story or argument? And make sure that you incorporate any feedback that you receive. Remember to tell your client that you are making a submission and include them in the process. The client must agree to your submission. You will see on the submission form we ask for client contact details. We'll be checking this as part of the judging process. Include a testimonial from the client if possible. Okay, that's pretty much it. Do we have any questions?
Being very quiet at the moment.
Okay.
I might give it another minute. Worst case, if you think of a question, there is a Slack channel and you can reach out to Julia directly. I'm going to guess that's it then. No questions.
Okay. Thank you everyone for your time. Is there anything in the chat? There's, I think, two.
It's just Carl. Carl's put the hashtag in. Very kind.
Oh, thank you, Carl. You're amazing. Very helpful. Okay, so we might on that Splash Awards Slack channel just put a link to the entry form, and we really look forward to seeing your entries. Thank you everyone for your time today.